running prior to the ladies' games, so we are going to continue on with the introduction of our teams. Starting for champion, number 5, freshman, Dante Dooley. Number 17, sophomore, Jacob Hall. Number 11, sophomore, Aiden Wright. Number 12, junior, Caden Thomas. Number 13, senior, Chris Plott. Number 15, senior, Zach Newton. Number 7, senior, Josh Tenenses. And at goal, senior, Matt Russell. Number 2, senior, Xavier Newell. And number 16, senior, Preston Lefkowitz. The Gold Flashes are coached by Jamie Butchko. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your Crestview Rebels starting lineup. Number 2, Nick Jascola. Number 3, senior, Nick Novak. Number 8, Alex Beveridge. Number 10, Zach Wellman of Braden Stallworth. Number 15, Quinn Bulick. In at goal, number 18, Braden Devine. Number 19, Kyle Booth. Number 22, Caden Booth. And number 26, Andrew Busey. The Rebels are coached by Riley Makel with assistant Tony Dolan and Diego Biarto Toro. To popular demand, please rise if you are able. We're going to pay tribute to this incredible country in which we live. If you will face the north end of the field where our American flag is located, we'll observe the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome to your Steel Valley Soccer game of the week here at Crestview High School between the Champion Flashes and the Crestview Rebels.
We'll also like to remind everyone in attendance that the athletes in this game are friendly rivals. While play may be fierce, all in attendance today are reminded that this is a game between student athletes and that sporting behavior is expected. We are privileged to have outstanding officials this evening. Please remember to give them your respect, consideration at all times.
Crestview Rebels a little wider.
Crew,
As always, I'm Tim Walsh
Jeff
here with Dan
Holmes,
Conley and our cameraman
Holly
Chris Platt.
Harold,
Glad to be here today.
and Connor Blasco. Good luck to both teams.
And we will probably be fighting the announcer the whole game.
Yeah.
Who gets a word in edgewise, but that's okay. Always
Chris will be kicking off to
great
start the
facilities here,
contest.
great weather out here.
Champion
This should be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, we've been pretty blessed. We've seen a lot of good soccer this season and great weather to go along with it. Crestview graduated a very big class.
Zach Wellman
And,
with the kickoff.
I'd like to see how they get going here.
Now, every team has their own starting little set play here. Crestview's no different, playing it wide out to number 12. That's Will Welsh up to Nick Novak. He's got a lot of speed. Ran out of options. It's number 12, Braden Stallworth, that steps in, creates some contact, stops the progression. Das Boot, about 45 yards in the air.
It's early observations, like champions leaving their stud up top, the Preston Lefkowitz, who's on the SVS Players to Watch list. Closest player to him was about 20 yards away from champion. Something interesting to see. That's just going to hit it to him and hope. If they're going to work the ball up to him.
We'll set it into play.
Yeah, it looks like they're putting him on an island at the top, saying, here's the ball, do something, or hold it until we can come help you. Offsides. That's one of those, that's a great shot if it would have counted. But that's one of those things that they're doing this year. They're really holding off on calling offsides until the ball is played at that moment. I think that creates a lot more problems, a lot more contact when there shouldn't be. That if someone's offside and they make an attempt on the ball, they should be called off at that moment. That's just my personal opinion.
And offsides shouldn't be debatable because it's pretty black and white, but it just opens up another avenue of interpretation by holding off on making that call.
Yeah, you want the referees to think about it for a second, but in that second, a lot could happen. Thrown for Crestview Rebels.
Champion sends it up the side.
Looks like Crestview's out in a 4-3-3 with a double attacking mid formation to start off with. And likewise, looks like Champion's in a 4-5-1 of some sorts.
That has compacted into a 9-1. That's like we said earlier in the game, they're trying to get that wide, try to utilize the flanks.
This is my first time at the stadium. This feels really, very nice. I like the varying colors of turf. I also like the numbers outlined in black. I think it's pretty classy myself.
Yeah, we got to give a shout out to the athletic director, Paul Kusick, who helped us out tremendously, got us both rosters.
It's a great ball.
Fine job he does here at Crestview.
Pass to the right striker, Quinn Bulick. Anybody to keep the ball on the field? Champion goal kick.
Where's that first 50-50 ball? Seems to be a team that wants it more will win more of those in the game.
Yeah, that header, he headed that ball about 50 miles an hour away right there. He stepped into that pretty hard. And we talked about Champion leaving Preston up top on island by himself. He does have 10 goals and 1 assist on the year, so he can get the job done when asked upon.
Wait, is that a freshman?
Yep,
Freshman center. Does he have the captain's armband?
he does.
It's impressive.
That's Dante Dooley. Preston.
Left-footed. Nearly snuck it in near post.
Yeah, I was not expecting that shot. I think he was trying to keep him off guard, right? Catch him off guard, I should say. Something that Crestview's always done well is they pressure the ball in the middle of the field relentlessly, and they get a lot of turnovers from that.
Yeah, last year was wave upon wave upon wave. You beat one guy, two guys. There's 15 guys. Yes, 15. If we're going to be hyperbolic, we're going to go the full way. It's a great job to be able to control the ball under that much speed and pressure. Good communication by Champions defense and goalie calling it out.
When Bueller drops one towards the left striker, taken away by
Is that Nick Jescola?
keeper.
Good job of keeping that ball in right there from Crestview.
Oh, this could be dangerous. And it is.
Oh, Andrew Busey drives hard right, sends it back to his center.
Busey, 26, junior with the left-footed shot.
Punched into the net by number 10, Zach Wellman.
Okay, wrong.
Yeah, you talked about what they were trying to do. You talked about earlier, Tim. Crestview trying to play the ball wide. That's exactly what they did. They found that space behind Champions defense, and they played that ball in. Found Wellman at the top of the box. Great first touch, left-footed shot right there.
And minus the offsides, too. He had a pretty nice shot. Had a little practice shot there at the beginning of the game.
Wellman does look to be playing as a target man for Crestview.
That's what you like to see. Under pressure, control, composure. And then right back to the other team. Note to self, stop complimenting players. They'll make a mistake 10 seconds later.
Only when you do it.
Only. Now, like a true target player, he holds the attack, he waits for his players to get into space, and that's a great ball and run. Just a foot off. Couldn't trap it cleanly or keep it.
It's a good. It's getting ready to say a good 50-50 right there, but the referee saw it differently.
Considerable amount of contact.
Considerable.
Violation will go against the Golden Flashes.
Something to look for. You know, we're 7 minutes, just about 7 minutes into this game. When Crestview gets the
ball
ball at their foot, they're able to take 4, sometimes 5 touches with no pressure on them before Champion puts a body on them. If that continues this way, something tells me Crestview's not done scoring on the night.
Yeah, you got to give some certain teams respect with the ball on their foot, and certain players, especially Nick Novak, but the more space you give them, the more dangerous they become. There's Beveridge. Ooh, almost on the backside of the goal there.
Glenn Bueller sends it across the face of the net, looking for support from Alex Beveridge on the left striker.
Yeah, Crestview corner for Crestview, I should say.
First of the game.
So there's a little bit of confusion as to what's going on there.
Champion defense last touch. Wellman with the corner for Crestview.
Yeah, he took that left-footed corner, so he must be left-footed.
He must be.
Wellman sets the ball out of play.
Didn't like that shot on goal, though. He was a little disappointed himself. While we have a moment, let's take a look at our sponsors. Armstrong Cable, Bodine Perry, Robert Fusco at Allstate Insurance, Packard Thomas, Abco Foundry, Meyer Stores, and a special thanks to Lally Pipe and Tube, who's going to sponsor our awards this year. Also, Facilo Catering, also sponsoring the jerseys for our All-Star game. While I said all that, Preston Lefkowitz with the shot on goal.
He strikes the ball well. You can kind of tell how good of a player is just by the way they strike, pass the ball, how they carry themselves. I could tell he's a strong player.
It's a way to come back to the ball. If he gets there, that's a good call. Didn't look like they got a lot of ball on that. Let's see what they could do on a set piece. What have they been working on in practice?
Is he gonna?
Tripping goes against Champion.
The Champion closing the gap there, making Crestview hold on to it. Looks like Crestview. Novak was gonna try a quick shot.
Novak puts the ball down for the.
It's not like Champion's coach was calling out for someone from Champion to step onto the ball.
Yeah, which.
Is he gonna go with a one-man wall here?
What do you do here, Dan, if you're kicking it?
It looks like the whole left side of the goal's open.
I would shoot it. He does not. He puts it deep.
He surprised everyone. Hit the cameraman, which was
Cameraman-
harder to do.
He trapped it well, though.
Novak's effort arches out the end line.
As we're starting this game, they're concluding some youth games behind us and starting some. They got a nice facility here. Put a lot of money into the soccer program.
Yeah, looks like a somewhat newer school. Nice, like you said, other sports facilities around here.
No miscommunication there by the Rebels.
Yeah, Novak looks like he's playing left wing, but he looks like he's playing more of a facilitating role this year. Oh, he's getting forward as well, but last year he was scoring every goal or involved in every goal Crestview scored, it seemed like.
What'd he have? 57 goals, 44 assists last year.
Our leading goal scorer in the state.
Definitely in our area. State, I believe, but known to be wrong in the past. I would say Novak's playing the center attacking mid with the ability to do whatever the heck he wants.
That's Matt Russell in the back. Anytime you look at a 50-50 coming with the keeper, I always look to see what he does with his knees. And he was expecting contact. He put his knee in front of him to give him some space to catch that ball. Well done by Russell in goal for Champion.
Yeah, protect himself, and it was a good play on the Crestview player's part to not dive in. He just went straight up. That's exactly what you want to see. Looked like they deflected it off a Champion player, but both center ref and side AR agree.
It's Daly with the ball at his foot.
They seem to be getting a lot of space on the sides. They had some space. They had them on their heels.
Centering pass rolls long.
But you'll notice Champion's playing with
Matt Russell.
5 in the back.
Could
Always
be stopper,
keeping 5
sweeper.
there?
It looks like there's 5 back there. I don't know if they're in a straight line, if there just has a stopper right in front of the back line. But they're definitely committing numbers to keeping back, that's for sure.
I would too. I would too. Because of this reason here. Who shot that one?
That was Novak on the shot right there. That was great work from Novak finding space.
And I think the goalie just, I don't think he caught it with his hands. I think he caught it with his stomach.
Oh yeah, and he's
heard it from up here.
I got it, coach. That's a shot you never like to take right there.
It's only one shot worse.
It's a great job by
Novak.
Novak.
Alive. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I think we were saying the same thing.
Yeah, does not give up on it.
Left foot. You got a player on the top of the 18.
Zach Wellman pivots and fires.
Russell will happily take that ball with his hands and not his midsection that time.
Champion keeper puts it back in.
If we were counting how many 50-50 balls are won, it looks like Crestview's winning by a landslide.
Long bounding ball taken in by Braden Devine, the Crestview keeper.
It's a tough position to be in, facing your own goal. Sideline's pinching you off.
There's that high pressure right there working out for Crestview.
Now right-footed.
Zach Wellman puts a low, hard archer right on the net. Now Russell with another fine save.
On a sub, number 13 coming in. That's Asher Moore.
Asher Moore, number 13, enters the field for Crestview. Nick Novak sets the corner.
Looks like Crestview's getting ready to run a play here. I always like to see what each team does from corners.
Ooh.
I think they got what they wanted there.
Ball's still in.
Go Rebels!
I think that corner kick play was a
Ball centered
microcosm
to
of how
the center.
Champion's been challenging their 50-50s from the goal kicks and punts.
Header attempt.
They didn't really challenge for the first
No
one. They
good,
couldn't really
but
get the ball in there on the
Zach
second
Wellman
50-50
follows up
either.
and
And
puts it in the net.
Wellman again, right place, right time,
Crestvew's second
puts it
goal
away.
of the afternoon.
Making his case for player of the game already.
Champion of the kickoff.
Now, every coach has been in this situation to where you're down 2 goals away against a pretty solid team. What are you looking to do here to change?
Trying to think of where, if we're pinned back in our half, I'm looking to see how we can get the ball moving up a little bit.
And it makes sense to have that many players back, but not if they're not going against anybody. They're not really. Man,
That was almost a very sneaky ball right there. Novak played in. Again, not giving up on it.
no, not giving up on it. But and again, there's 5 people back there, but one Nick Novak's able to get his body over there and put a nice attempt near goal.
Talking about pushing numbers forward, if they're keeping numbers back, you could change the composition of how your back line is. If you want to play like a diamond in the back there to kind of run everything down, that'll push somebody up forward. But it's hard to do anything if you cannot get possession going.
Yeah. Nice turn. That's not the guy you want to make a mistake to. Coach Futchko is telling his team exactly what we kind of saw a little bit before, that they're just kind of standing in space, not necessarily defending a person.
Right, and that's, if you want to create offense, that's the best thing you can do is pressure the ball more in the middle of the field. Just like Crestview's doing the champion, that gives you instant offense just by playing defense. Easy, non-working. You don't have to work hard for it, I should say, by pressuring the ball in the middle of the field.
22, Caden Booth winning a lot of 50-50 balls. Yeah, that's going to be a call every time if the spikes come up. I don't think it was intentional. I think as he slid, he just started to keep his balance and his foot went up. But yeah, that is a foul.
He did get ball, but like you said, he went in a dangerous manner.
Crestview to possess.
That's Will Welch losing the ball there.
If anybody's going to start bringing Chapin back in, it's Brett at Lefkowitz here. He has help on his left.
Is he left-footed or is that just a
he's
solid?
left-footed.
All right. If you could hold on to that, maybe take 2-3 touches because he wasn't really pressured, might not have known that.
That is the first ball all game that Crestview did not run all the way to the edge line to try to save. But
I bet you their conditioning is pretty intense. Keep up this pressure for 80 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyler Hoon entered the field for Crestview. Also Tyler Malott.
We do appreciate the announcer doing the subs. That's one of the tougher things to do up here.
It is. Champion, their numbers are not very different from their jerseys, so it is hard to see anybody checking in.
Calgar onto the field.
As a fan, I like it. I think they look cool.
They do. Both of these jerseys I like a lot.
Oh, absolutely. He does have a foot, but he's about 35 yards out. That's going to be tough to sneak past the
goal. Yeah, if
goal.
you're Crestview, you'll live with that.
Sent it to the net. Braden Binder with the save.
It's a nice quick play. You like to see that, but just a little more accurate a pass. And those are mistakes that you can fix throughout the game,
Yes.
not necessarily the mistakes of I have the ball and I have no idea what to do with it.
Speaking from personal experience there.
Yep. Certain games you look up and you start counting the other players on the other team to see if they've got more people on the field. 'Cause
Why
it
does
just
that
feels
goal feel
way.
so small? Why is there so many players on the other team? There's another come on man right there.
Yeah, ref, they had some space there. They were looking to play the advantage.
Whistle.
And the AR has them bring it back. That what didn't go off them?
Placed to spot.
It looks like both couple of calls are going to come from that side.
Yeah, Crestview looked just as confused as everybody else why they were throwing that in.
Russell playing it quickly out of the back.
Gathered in by Russell.
Good pressure right there
Great
by Duel.
step. The aggressiveness and the nose for the ball here. It's kind of impressive watching Crestview go after it. They're kind of fearless no matter where it's at. That's always in play.
Right. Yeah, but it's no secret what Champion's trying to do. They're trying to feed their stud up top Lefkowitz. And they really have no other plans other than
Whistle
that.
for champion substitution.
And it's tough to have him up top to where if he's one of their better ball handlers, if the ball never gets up there to him,
Right.
he's ineffective.
Sometimes you'd have to draw back. Maybe instead of playing like a over-the-top ball, maybe have him play a target man, get him more involved.
Yeah, have him check two more and then play with his back turned to the goal.
Ball
Right.
defended out.
I'm sure that's something if they need to, they'll adjust to in the second half.
Did we just agree on attacking style?
We did.
That's the first. Mark it down.
That's because you agreed, which meant you're right this time.
Ooh, that's going to be a corner. First one for Champion.
Preston Lefkowitz sends the ball at the net for the Golden Flashes.
Did not see the number who's taking that corner kick for Champion.
I think if they were 10 feet away from us, it'd be hard to see the number. Well, you got someone wide if you can get it square. The professional foul.
Can be called for tripping. Wellman instantly gets the ball back into play.
Ooh. Oh. I keep just making noises, I'm sorry.
Nick Novak.
That's
attempts to
great
work the ball
pressure.
into the net.
Short burst of speed. Nick Novak has been impressive in the first half of the first half.
Champion
Wreaking
defends out
havoc
the end
on
line.
Champion's back line by
Novak with the
pressuring
corner.
and not giving up on any play.
Ooh, man, he hung in there for a while though.
It's a good poke right there away from Champion.
If he can get it
So
up
he's
the
got some
line,
speed.
he's got some speed. That's probably a good play. That okay. Yeah,
And he was offsides there.
yeah.
Officials whistle the offside.
I thought it was a good idea not to play that initial ball
Right.
because he did have people in the center of the field.
It is a very hard skill to learn mentally to let the play develop a little bit before you play the ball in. A lot of times you know what you want to do with it, but you got to allow your target man to get to where he can do something with it. And like you said, that was a good job of not just giving it Das Boot right away.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Lefkowitz tried keeping onside there by bringing his run a little bit wide, but Crestview did a good job by stepping.
Yeah, maybe a square ball there would have given him some time to get back on and keep the attack. Yeah, not necessarily a foul, but whenever
Rebels called for
someone gets
contact.
shoved over from the back, it's more than likely called.
Champion free kick. Carter Paul to loft it into play.
Looks like some jitters here at the beginning of the game for Champion.
Here's the striker. Turns, fires it out of play.
Sometimes when you're a striker,
William
you
Welch
expect to score
re-enters
goals.
for Crestview.
Your team's struggling a little bit. Sometimes you put a little bit too much pressure on yourself. You try to do a little bit too much. And sometimes you get your teammates involved that takes some of the pressure off you.
Rebels with the goal kick.
Moves it to your other teammates, but Preston's trying real hard, I know, for his team.
That's great defensive stance. I don't know what I want to say there.
Form.
Yeah, form. Very good.
Yeah. You're a striker. Why would you know what defensive form looks
like? Exactly. I don't ever want to see that near me.
You get to see when Champion gets the ball, Crestview has 3 players immediately putting pressure on it in the same vicinity. Makes it so difficult to find an option.
Crestview throw.
And like we said earlier, it looks like Crestview moves up as a team and back as a team connected.
Yes.
Whereas it looks a little disjointed for Champion when they have 4 and 5 guys behind the ball and just maybe 1 or 2 up top and a big gap in between.
There it is.
This is a great ball. This is going to be good. That's a fantastic ball.
Play on. Now you give it, yep.
Yeah, she had to play the advantage, see if he was going to collect the ball, turn and rifle with no one in front of him.
Rolls.
That was very good refereeing, I would say that. Just outside the box.
Whistle is for a pushing violation on Crestview.
Now, after seeing a couple of his shots from this kind of distance in warm-ups, this should be something special.
Oh, he's got a rifle.
Champion with a direct kick from the spot.
And judging by where everyone else is lining up, this is definitely coming in. Hot.
He kept his head up, didn't get over it.
High of the post. Whistle as the golden flashes bring fresh legs onto the pitch.
And all hope is not gone for Champion. There were 14 minutes left in the first half. The majority of the games have been played on their half of the field. They're only down 2-0. And 2-0 is the most dangerous score in any sport. So 1 goal, all you need, and you're right back in this game. I mean, they're still in the game right now.
Yeah.
But it changes everything.
Bram onto the field for
But as we look at Crestview, some new faces in here. Gone from last year's team, Mitchell Auer, Ryan Empsch, Matt De Niro, Carter Blakeman, Colt Crane, Cutter Crane, and Sam Campbell. That state championship finalist team.
A lot of talent, a lot of experience. They played together for a long time.
But as we see with the youth programs behind us, they have a lot of players, a lot of people coming in and stepping up. It should be, the cupboard is not bare, as they say. There's that they again.
Yeah.
I keep quoting them.
Well, they aren't wrong.
They are not wrong.
Ball defended out.
It's hard to beat a team that's given 100% effort.
Good save right there from Russell. Pretty basic save, but he didn't give up a rebound, so that's always something you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. He made that look easy.
Yeah.
Russell smothers the ball and pumps it back in.
It was said earlier, but not a lot of pressure on the ball when they get it. They give them their space and allow them to deal the ball as they feel. Not every day you meg the referee.
Something I have noticed here, past couple times Champion's gotten the ball, Lefkowitz has not been in the middle of the field. He's been off to the left or the right, kind of like creating a lane to make his runs into, and yeah.
That is going to be our first PK.
Will Novak take it?
Yeah.
Or will Wellman try to go for that hat trick?
That was an easy one to call.
Very easy.
Inside of the goal touch area be a penalty kick. Goal, Rebels!
Now you're in dangerous territory if you're champion.
Catches in on the penalty. Crestview expands the advantage to 3.
Yeah, we talked about earlier,
35 seconds remaining in our
and you just alluded to it right now. 2-0, they were still in the game. 3-0 as you just had your best chances going forward, and you give up another goal. This is time here where it's either going to be you're going to put your head down and go to work. I'm sorry, keep your head up and go to work, or put your head down and get worked, I guess, for lack of a better term. I think they're going to keep their head up here, though.
little frustrations boiling over from the champion fans.
Ball touches the Rebels last to make contact. Champion goal kick.
It's a great run, great ball. Can champion get there now?
So I'm kind of just in awe of the
Champion.
of the whole ambience of the game here.
There's a lot going on right now.
A little too long.
Don't know if people watching at home can pick up what's going on, but there's a lot of voices from a lot of different angles coming at these refs here.
Again, it's just one player that hustles more than two others standing nearby. That's the difference in the game right now. You'd like to see a player outside defender move up for a drop there. Oh, they called him offsides.
UC's centering pass taken by Nick Novak. Finds the open man on the left post.
Your guess is as good as mine?
All right, some more confusion by us.
Yeah,
But they look to be offsides. AR raised his flag. The referee blew the whistle.
Although I do believe that.
I don't think he was offsides. I think he was behind the ball. But
Correct.
the guy raised his flag.
That was, again, Novak not giving up on a play, hustling it down, and making great play. I was thinking for sure he was taking a hard shot at that one right there, but he surprised me and laid it across the goal. Very easy finish right there from Crestview, sorry.
44 assists last year, and some of that effort probably had to do with it.
Yes.
4-0 with 10 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, I still have hope for champion. You know, they have 7 returning starters and 10 returning lettermen, so they have experience out there. This isn't a young team. So I don't expect them to put their heads down, but this pressure that Crestview's put on the ball is relentless, and it's hard to deal with.
Champion defends it out.
Absolutely. Looking at their schedule, I think their only loss, they lost to Warren JFK 5-0. So they have been in this territory before. Probably not the result they wanted it then. Hoping to not have that happen now.
This all starts with pressuring in the middle of the field, though, for champion. Can't really do anything else until they start doing that. Just like that. When you're pressuring the ball and hustling, the ball seems to take some bounces in your favor, just like it did right there for Crestview.
Yeah, if I'm that's a great ball.
One more?
Nope, no miscommunication.
I believe that was the right ball played in. Like you said, no miscommunication from the two.
I mean, that kid came with a lot of speed over there.
Something Crestview is susceptible to is the counterattack. Look like they kind of leave their marks open. And if champion can make those runs horizontally from defender to defender, I think they'll find some success in getting that ball behind them.
Rebels lost touch. Side out. Champion throw.
As a player, you're down 4-0.
Right onto the field for the Rebels.
Player like Preston Lefkowitz, you're up there, you have the shot, not a lot of opportunities, you're down 4-0. You always think to yourself, like, what can I do differently? How much more effort can I put in to help it? And you see him here in the midfield trying to win the ball to get it up.
With a substitution, unable to make up a number.
Yeah, as you say that, he just outplayed about 3 Crestview players. On hustle, I should say. It's a good battle here.
It's a good battle, no?
A little extra there. And he says, get this ball away from me. And everyone else.
You know what he just did?
Das Boot.
Das Boot. Now look at Novak back here, almost in the defensive line. I've heard of legends of a player playing rover and just having carte blanche to go wherever they want to go. I was never allowed such an honor. But yeah, he seems to be just about everywhere that there's space that he could find it. Yeah, there's a lot of speed.
When you get to be a certain class of player, you can just you have a lot of freedom out there, knowing as long as you hustle, you'll be back where you need to be.
You could tell he's getting a little frustrated there, but that's not the angle in the spot you want to waste all your
18.
energy.
That's going to take a heck of an effort right there to beat a goalie from that angle. But
yeah, if you're near the center of the field, in the middle there,
right.
Probably more.
He's pressing very hard.
Yeah, again, sometimes if you're the team's one of their top players, you have that pressure to say, hey, if we're losing, that means I got to do better. I'm not doing my job. And they have numbers and they have space. They just can't pick out a pass. And the ball just favors those that are prepared for it, right? And this is a great ball. This is trouble for Champion.
Fantastic defensive effort right there from Champion.
He was with him step for step.
Yes.
Speed matches speed.
Yeah. For the Novak run.
Did not foul. Put his body between Novak and the ball and kicked it away.
Defensive touch in now. Rebels corner.
That looks like it's far by design. Again, put a ball in a dangerous area, things will happen. That's a great save. That's an absolutely phenomenal save.
Fingertips got it away. No rebound, went out of bounds. And sometimes it takes a play like that from your team to spark everybody else to start picking up their game. Fantastically done. Fantastically. Is that a word? It is now. By Russell, the goalkeeper for Champion.
We can make up words here.
Yeah. Taking that corner kick right-footed is Woman.
Again, right place. Good positioning by their keeper.
Roman again launches a sharp salvo at the net. That Russell goal equal to the task.
Nice little 1-2 on the side, wall pass. And look, he's able to get out of pressure, keep possession, and it's not really like they're going backwards. It's a great ball. That's going to be perfectly weighted.
It's a good bet on the outside between both teams. Champion comes away with it.
That's a foul.
Rebels called for the push. Free kick instantly put back into play.
Champion says, let me kick this ball as hard as I can.
Yes.
It's unfortunate.
Rebels
Curved down of bounds.
Ball to side out. Throw it back in.
Now see, that ball right there. He had possession. He has people that could step up and play it across, switch fields. But it seems like if...
Is he?
Oh.
That was a fantastic combination play and a very good ball played to the middle right there by Lekovitz.
One of their best opportunities yet this half. Now if they could lock them in and get numbers up, but look, they're content with 4 or 5 guys 40 yards away. The game kind of opens up when you don't have pressure. No, that's not a foul.
Novak centering pass. Gobbled up by Russell.
Now look, they've got people left, they got people right. Here we go. He's got a drop, he's got a cross. They have numbers, if I'm not mistaken. Not what you want. It's going to take a special effort to score from there.
Yeah, I think he was trying to, I don't know if he was trying to shoot, but I think he kind of split the beam there. Halfway a shot, halfway across.
He couldn't quite get his hips around
Right.
it. That's a great ball. Great save. Way to parry it away.
Novak with a shot attempt.
Is that Russell again coming up huge? This could easily be a 6-0 game at this moment.
Subsequent action. Puts the ball out the end line. The Rebels about the corner.
It does look like in the last couple minutes, Crestview has lost a little bit of their effort. I mean, they've got a lot of it to spare, but just a little bit.
Right. Something else I'm noticing when Champion's on the ball, there's not a whole lot of talking. It's a lot of silent.
Pass. Headed to the left of the net. Russell gathers and punts.
There was absolutely no effort to win that 50-50 right there from Champion.
No. Look, I know it's been high intensity, but there's 2 minutes left. A goal here for Champion would prove a lot in the Uncle Mo category. Dan, do you know about Uncle Mo?
Sides out
I don't have an Uncle Mo,
with 2 minutes remaining.
but I don't think you're talking about your Uncle Mo. So
No, a momentum. A lot of people call that Uncle Mo, and I've heard that recently twice, and I had to ask.
I've not heard that before.
Well, now you did.
I don't think I'll use it either. No, I'm joking. No,
No, it didn't feel great coming off the mouth there. There we go. Some winning. Everything just seems to be a kick up and hope that Preston can get to the ball. And if he can't, well, then that's the end of the attack. That's a lot of pressure to put on one player, and a lot of pressure to put on the people with the ball that, hey, you got to find him no matter where you're at on the field. Nice work by the keeper and nice ball out. He's having a great game.
Put it in play.
That's not the mistake.
Contact and
It's going to be an interesting call here because both are creating contact. I would call it on the offensive player and give the defensive player the kick.
Looks like it's going to be a PK here.
official stops the clock.
I'm willing to bet we're going to hear some grumbles again from the sideline.
Coach has a point there that he is on the ground playing the ball before the foul occurred.
Braden Stallworth has stepped to the line for the Crestview penalty kick.
Well, as they say, the ball don't lie.
Getting ready to say it myself. There was a lot that was going on right there. I don't disagree with what Champions coach was saying. It's also 4-0.
It could have went either way, I think. That was a 50-50 foul.
Kick.
Depends on which side you're on, so you're correct.
But in the end, the soccer god spoke, and it remains 4-0. Before we get to halftime, let's mention our sponsors again. Armstrong Cable, Bodine Perry, Robert Fusco at Allstate Insurance, Packer Thomas, Albco Foundry, Meyer Stores, Lally Pipe and Tube, and Facilo Catering. Thank you to those people make us do what we do. So it's 4-0 at halftime. We'll see you for the second half.
With Crestview Rebels 4.
Welcome back. A couple seconds before halftime is over, we got to score 4-0 on the home Rebels. It looks like they just kind of are out hustling and out playing champion here. What do you think, Coach?
Exactly what's happening. Right now, it's a chance to go back.
Love it.
The biggest thing about playing is the champion doesn't have time. The champion doesn't have time on the ball. They get the ball in the defensive third. They just get it done. Get off the field because Crestview has every single lane covered. They also won every 50-50. First and second.
Champion kicks off to start our second half as
I'm interested to see
teams split
how they come
ends.
out.
Flip ends with Crestview now defending the north goal.
Stopper sweep to flat back 4. I've noticed that already. This is a good opportunity. You know he's turning outside. Can he get to it? No, he lets it roll. Smart idea.
Champion
The first
throw.
half, there was like a controversy on calls that were not made, calls that were made. I would like to see if champion kind of channels their frustration, maybe, and to get some more effort on the field. Really pulling it up. Oh, the ball was on there, just missed it.
Changing a little bit of our audio. Oh yeah, that looks to be a foul.
Crestview throw.
Look to be winning it here. Again, there's a ball right there where he doesn't have to play it up the side. He's got 2 guys behind him that he can play it to.
This is one of those games here where I think Champion's going to go as, I mean, we talked about it before the game. Champion's going to go how Lefkowitz goes. If he's out there hustling, chasing everything down he can do, I think it's going to be a trickle-down effect to the rest of the team. If he kind of mails it in the second half, I think the rest of the team's going to follow suit and do just as him.
I was just about to compliment them on their passing right now. They're not just blind booting it. They're connecting, they're passing, they got some space in the middle. The ball that they were supposed to play in the first half, they're starting to get to now, it looks like. Wonder what coach said to him at halftime.
I could imagine. I've had a couple of those conversations myself.
Champion ball allowed to end out.
Not me. Anyway,
You just put it all on the table. It's good to go.
that was a good one. All right, not a lot of movement on the field. Everyone just kind of ready to react. Nice win. But again, great hustle closing down that passing lane.
It's a good job by Russell coming out. I would have liked to seen him screaming for that ball and back with a heads-up play. Saw that Russell was out.
Absolutely, and Russell almost like got blocked by his defender
Right.
on that one. Not quite sure what he was thinking. But I think without the goalie playing the type of game he is, this could easily be a 6-7-0 game at halftime. And I don't believe that Champion is that bad a team. They're just not putting it together.
No, and you'll have off nights. These are students out here. They're not have some other thoughts going on, schoolwork, stuff like that. That's what separates them from professionals. I've had many days of being off, but something you'll always have, even if you have an off day, is your hustle.
Correct. Well, this could be dangerous. He's got it. He gets it a little bit off the angle. I got to think that that's a shot. That's 3-4 times now in a game that he's just not really looking to pass, not really looking to get it across the field. He's just trying to hit it and hope it finds the back of the net.
If you're Crestview, you want it. If he's going to get the ball in your offensive third, you want it to be on the outside of the 18, just like that, by the sides of it.
Nice win. You got a drop if you need it.
He's got a man
You got
behind
2
him.
drops. You got 3 drops.
Again, when Preston had that ball, he had a player making an overlapping run behind him. I don't think he saw him.
No.
And that player, maybe he said something as he was running around him, but our point of view, he didn't say it.
That's a good ball. Good win. Good corner.
Rebels touching out the end line. Champion corner.
Looks like they're setting up. As they set up, we take a look in the distance. This is a beautiful view we have from atop the Rebel Stadium here.
Ball comes in. Crestview on the first.
Just over top.
I believe that was the first shot the Champions had that was not been from Lefkowitz.
Easy for you to say.
Hey.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
You got another uncontested 50-50 one right there from Crestview.
Yeah, they're just content with allowing them to say, you can have it, we'll figure it out after you settle it. That's going to be a goal kick, but look at the hustle. That's the difference in the game, I think.
Yeah, I think he thought it was a corner kick there. But I was champion on the ball. That player for Crestview, like you said, pressured the ball, did not stop running. That's how that play ended up happening right there. Just like most of their goals.
I believe on that left side is number 6, Alex Beveridge.
It does look like now Champion is committing more players forward. They have 2 other players up there with Lefkowitz.
Yeah, and as much as Novak had options open there, I agree with him. I'm inside the 18. I'm an all-state player. I am going to take that the whole time. That's great defensive play.
Woo.
He was definitely pressured by Lefkowitz and was able to turn inside then out. Textbook.
Was. Lefkowitz has some wheels on him too, so stride from stride. Tough assignment, well done.
And he's got some size too, so he was able to.
Yeah.
If that wasn't a good defensive play, he was probably going to be able to push him off. He's got some hands on him. But that's what we talked about earlier. 2-3 people, you never just okay with having the ball and one person defending you. Corner kick.
Not only does Crestview run the ball down, they got several very good athletes. That helps as well. When you can run down and have the speed to help chase everything down, that really opens up the options for you. This is Novak with the corner here.
Is it I've never seen the cones supporting the corner flags.
I've never seen that either. But I have been in a game this year where they did not put corner flags in, so.
Yeah. So that's a great ball. That's high soccer IQ, making that pass just as I say. But look, makes a mistake but makes up for it. As a coach, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's a good ball. Now who's supporting him, who's moving and helping? Even had he trapped that cleanly, I don't think he had anywhere to go with the ball.
Coach, do you happen to know if Champion's home field, if it's turf to grass?
That's a good question. Years and years ago, back in 04, when I first started going there, it was grass. But fast forward 20 years.
Yeah. I don't know the answer to that either. It looks like Champion's first touch, it's been letting them down. I do wonder if that could be an issue there.
That they're used to playing on grass and having it stop a little bit.
Yeah.
I see that easily happening.
Or Champion.
I'm sure people are watching are now screaming, "It's turf!"
Yeah.
Now, as much as you want to play that quickly, that's not the ball you want.
If it is turf, let our producer Jerry know, and they will pass it along to us.
Forgot Jerry was even here. Look, that's a control and pass instead of a just boot. Every time, Crestview, even if they mess up their trap, it's an attempt at a trap, that's a foul. Attempt at a trap and a ball played in. Straight ball, straight run, coach.
Yep, does not work.
Into the front of the touch area.
Works 0% of the time.
Russell,
There we go.
another scoop and save.
Good. Another good pressure. Oh. Billy, the freshman, winning that back.
Yeah, he's working hard in there. Unfortunately, sometimes it's just not enough. But as a young player, he's got a lot of time to grow as a player. I knew that was going to trip me up. You got him open on the side. Not that side, though. Alright, they got the numbers. He's on. Ish. No, he was off. And he boots it. He misses. To add,
I have seen that be a card in past plays.
I've seen that a lot of times be a card.
Yeah. Just about every time but that one.
I believe when Barry Brooks or Hobart or name an older referee. And he's got a drop if he needs it. He does. Nicely done. Nobody in the center of the field. And I hate to, beat a dead horse here. Ooh. That's a heck of a turn. And just over the bar. But you look at Champion's effort there. They kind of stick a leg out, attempt to foul him. They couldn't foul him, and they just stand there as the Crestview offensive player goes down the field. It's just, you don't want to see it like that. You want to see good soccer being played, and then one team just, having better opportunities than the other, not one outworking the other. And I know Coach Futchko is beside himself right now.
Yeah, he knows that this is not the best version of his team. It's not sometimes you don't have the horse to win the race, but I'm sure this is not the way he wants his team to play, regardless of who he has out there. Fantastic job right there from Russell again. Sorry to step on you.
No, that's
he's been the heart and soul for this team so far today.
Player of the game material had they been winning. We've never given the player of the game to a losing squad.
No.
I don't believe we're going to start tonight, but he's making a great effort and helping his team out tremendously. We have a lot of good goalies this year.
We do.
In our area.
That's something we've always seemed to have is goalkeepers. Or several conferences have a lot of.
I think everyone collectively, even maybe some other fans from the other team wanted to see that one go.
That was nearly a Premier League. There's been a lot of goals in the Premier League that are scored that way. In swinger, right to the foot, flying volley coming in.
Did he attempt that left-footed?
Yeah, he did.
Good on him.
That's something you practice when you're 10 years old with your buddies, relentlessly.
Yeah, I would like to see Lefkowitz playing a little bit more direct instead of just trying to play long ball to him the whole time. That's a good cross. There it is.
Puts it in.
Goal! Champion!
Good combination. We have 3-4 passes before they got that in the back of the net. Well done by the Flashes.
Quick strike right in the middle of the net for the Golden Flash first score.
Have to wait to hear from the announcer who that was with the goal.
Yeah, he's chopping wood right now.
40 remaining in our second period.
I do believe that was number 11, Aiden Wright, but
3-goal advantage, 4-1.
And something I really liked about that goal Champion just scored was he did not try killing it. I mean, he did hit with some pace, but he hit it to the corner. It was placement over power right there. He just happened to, the ball was rolling, so he hit a one-timer there. See if this really sparks the comeback here for Champion.
There's that Uncle Mo coming back to town.
There he is. Always eating everything out of the fridge.
I was going to do a poor attempt at a Friday quote, and I decided better of it.
Rebels allow the defense.
I wouldn't come in here for 35.
Ball to rolled side
45
out. They throw it in.
Always got to one-up me, man.
Champion throw.
The intensity of the first half has dwindled down now.
Yeah.
It's more of a, keep the clock moving type of thing.
Russell takes the lead.
Now, does he have on 3/4 length pants, the goalie?
Past midfield.
I can't tell that if he's got his socks pulled up high.
Those are Kyle Costco special right there.
They are. I knew that's where you're going with that.
Uh-huh. That's
almost got hit in the little number 2s right there.
Ball ricochets off of.
I don't know what his name is, but
it's just solo.
I need a second on that one.
Steps in front of Chris Cross and punts.
Times like this, I wish we had a mute button. Ooh, that's a great ball. Now, who's going to support him when he's up there? He's going to dribble into the corner. He's going to need someone. They called it. They called it a foul. Just outside the box, I'm sure.
It appeared he got the ball in that play, but I wasn't. Referee was right on it.
Rebel defender called for
Now, I've never reffed, so again, I can't say, but having the opposing team in your ear all day long.
I was getting ready to say he did take an ear beat in that first half. So
yeah, that in a 4-1 game.
champion.
I have a 3-person wall. Is that a 3-person or 4-person?
I count 3.
3. All right.
There it is.
Good
save.
Oh! Great effort.
I am surprised on that play. There was one person from Champion on the ball. Everyone else was standing right at the top of the box watching
Very
it
nice
develop.
save.
That could have very easily been a second goal in the half here for Champion. Great
Second
effort.
goal definitely changes the dynamic of the game.
Yeah. As your point, Uncle Mo has seemed to swing a little bit in favor of Champion here.
Oh.
And
there he is. Lefkowitz beats the goalie, and the assist goes to the freshman captain,
Dooley.
Dooley. Nice.
And just like that, we have ourselves a ball game.
Works the ball past the goalie. Rolls it into the net for Champion's second score.
4-2. Just as we said, another goal, and Uncle Mo comes back.
Yeah.
Life, breathe, geez, in between 2 words there. Back into the Flash's team.
Stoppage play. Rebels bring on 3 pairs of fresh legs.
All right, let's see what happens here. I know Champion's going to try to really push on to get that another goal here. Something tells me Crestview's going to try to stop this momentum, not by holding on, but going after it and getting some more goals here. Observation right here, they are not pressuring the ball as much as they were in that first half. No. And that is what's leading to more time. And there it is right there from Lefkowitz. I like that play. And don't like the pass. I love the hustle.
A little more, misdirection on the passing instead of going straight up the middle.
Right.
And I know they do like to play narrow, which is, he had him.
He did.
Caden Booth attempts to work the ball to Escher Moore off Moore's foot. Champion throw.
There we go, play it across. Now, yeah, that's exactly what their coach is yelling, fine feet. He had it, and he had some space, and he was able to try to pick out a pass, and his pass was directly straight up the gut, half shot, half pass.
Right. I don't know if he scored goals from that distance out in previous games or whatnot, but I feel like there's a reason he's taking those shots from out there, albeit at as low percentage as they are.
That's a tough one because he had all the time in the world to settle it and turn, and he waited, and just out of bounds.
Champion with the throw.
There's Novak in that rover roll. And he does get fouled. That's a little bit of lazy defense there.
Lazy defense, it was Matador defense by Champion letting him get all the way up there. He's not really making moves, he's just up there hitting the ball, running around him.
And if I'm the referee, I'd probably say something to the Flashes like, hey, you can't just stand directly in front of this. That'll get you a card. I've seen that many a time, too.
Right.
I don't know if they've backed off that stance.
Champion sets their wall at 10 yards.
He leaned back. That's tough. One of the better free kick specialists I've ever coached was Ken Kilpatrick.
Yep.
He was always good for a goal or two a game on a free kick like that. By the time the goalie saw it near him, it was in the back of the net.
I had a coach when I was growing up. He said earlier on in the game, if you get a free kick in a shooting spot, you take that shot as hard as you can right at the wall's head. That way, if you get one coming up later, they'll remember that and duck. That way you can put the ball over their head.
Sounds like solid advice. See, look, no one really pressuring, giving him all the time. Can he pick out a pass? No.
He does find space, but it's unfortunately Champion with the space.
Champion throw. Ball defended out. No back throws.
Even that right there, they're right outside the 18, and they're getting tons of space. Might have been a handball. I saw a little bit of that myself, but the AR's right there. It's 4-2. 20 minutes left to go. Everyone's getting riled up.
Right. 2 goals ago, that wouldn't even have been an issue, but
I like the attacker standing in front of the goalie, but goalie looked like she was giving the old two-hand shove.
He absolutely was doing that.
Spook!
I was waiting for that to come in.
There you go. Nice.
I was getting ready to say, their Champions coach said, use your left foot. He tried turning all the way around the ball to try to play with his right foot.
How much do you think fatigue is playing a role right now?
Neither team has subbed a whole lot. I think that's a common theme, except for Poland, that I've been to this year. Not a lot of teams sub. It's lack of depth or what it is, but that for sure is an issue.
Well, I don't see JV teams, and they had the girls' game beforehand.
Right. Novak did have some help there.
Right. They have time to have process. Nobody up top is moving to get into a passing lane to receive the ball. Smart decision.
Whoever called that on the field, that was very well done.
Crestview throw.
Oh, left-footed, he's got it. Just a little underneath it. Don't have to get so much mustard on the hot dog.
Ball sails high, goal kick.
Every now and again, I want to see cameraman Chris blush. So we'll say some ridiculous things.
You're just bailing water right now. I always thought you were a ketchup guy myself.
Oh, I love my ketchup.
Chris will get possession on the side.
Crestvew's done a good job after giving up that second goal. They have turned up the intensity. And commentator Kirsch right there.
Absolutely.
But
no, look, he's got square. Why try to go back into pressure? Why try to, one-on-one a guy when you have someone wide open?
Figure over dribble a couple times a game. You might want to pick your head up and look around, but it's been a common theme, especially when Crestview's pressuring as hard as they are 1v1.
Right, lots of time. Couldn't do much there. There was not a lot in front of him.
Dooley looking to find Lefkowitz.
And they do. I hope he just... And it's a deflection for a corner.
Rest Lefkowitz. Sharp attempt. Ball caroms off of the Crestview defender. Corner kick champion. Andrew Busey will return for the Rebels. Champion with a substitution.
They are starting off deep.
Bouncing ball again.
I'm a little surprised that Lefkowitz doesn't get into that. He kind of just stands at the 18.
That's the second one coming in like that.
Maybe it's a set play to where they control it and drop it back because everyone's pushing in, that they have space maybe.
Yeah, maybe he's just there to clean up any ball that comes in, but I'd want my top goal scorer being around that goal area as much as I can.
Absolutely. It's a great pick out of a pass. And he's got some options here. A little miscommunication between the outside mid and the forward. That's kind of a dangerous play itself. trading corner kicks here with about 16 and a half minutes left. The score's 4-2.
Drive towards net. And out will bring up a Crestview corner. Zach Wellman to flip the ball.
Nice clear. Now he has him in 75 yards.
Novak with so much space top of the 18. Oh,
that's a great ball. I guarantee that's what he was aiming for, and
Yeah.
sometimes you hit exactly what you're aiming for.
As a keeper, you go over there and tap that post because so many times that ball hits the post and caroms into the net. And that time it got fortunate for them, unfortunate for Crestview. Ball bounced down.
In the face.
Speaking of unfortunate.
All right, you got time. You got people to the left and right. No one's pressuring you. Someone's gonna have to stop ball, and no one's really helping them.
No.
No one like. That's a disappointing attack. On the other hand, a perfectly weighted ball.
That was. He's got options in the middle. Can he find space?
That's a great touch first.
We'll even put it across the middle.
And he gets it in for the 5th goal.
I'm not sure. I think Russell may have taken a knee or a foot to the face on that play.
Yeah.
With that effort, the Rebels move back out to
There was some contact, but all within the
5-2.
rules of the game.
Russell
Don't like to
says-
see it. Yeah.
Yeah, the ref was coming to ask him if he was okay, and he said, "Get away from me. I'm fine."
What happened to the ball that's in the back of the net? Oh, no, it's on the midfield. I thought they were yelling for the ball boy to get a ball.
Rebels reward Bielik with a respite as Alex Beveridge enters the field.
I don't know if it was planned or not, but as a coach, that's something I always tried to never do. That was sub after you score a goal, especially subbing the goal scorer out. He's probably coming out anyways, and you see his play coming right here. We talked about that Uncle Mo coming in Champion's house. I would firmly say he is packed up and left again. Crestview with an excellent response, putting 2 goals on the board. I wouldn't say he kills the game away, but the fat lady's starting to warm up her vocals right now.
Move out to a 6-2 advantage with 14:38.
I don't know what to say about what just happened.
Yeah.
They just played a nice ball up, and nobody moved, and the only player that seemed like he wanted it was the one from Crestview, and one of the easier goals he'll probably ever score.
Yeah.
Jake Wainwright enters the pitch for the Rebels.
And I'm not taking anything away from the goal scorer saying
Right.
that either.
Asher Moore to take a rest.
Well, you know, they always say you learn more from a loss than you do a win, and right now I think that the champion team's got a lot that they're learning today about themselves.
I think it's a very good observation.
That ball works the ball to Alex Beveridge.
Like you said, what you can learn, you win or you learn, and they can learn. They should be able to learn from Crestview that pressuring the ball, like Crestview does, leads to a lot of offense. You know, it makes its own offense, and that's what Crestview's done the entire game: out hustle, outwork, win every 50-50. It's very difficult to win the game if you don't win any of those categories.
And I see Novak there putting back at defender, saying, "Hey, we're up 4. There's no need to try to score again." And again, he's proving me
going
wrong
for
as
it.
he's dribbling. Well, that's a good play. That's a tough defensive stance. It's a nice turn. Just a little bit outside on the pass, but hey, it's the right idea that what they're doing. That's a PK, yeah.
And their DC for speed, William Welch cutting to the net. with a whistle.
Oh, looks like nope. They're giving the
And we
PK.
do have a champion penalty inside of the keeper's touch area. There'll be a penalty kick for the Rebels.
Coming in for attempt number 2 for Crestview. That is number 2, Braden Stallworth.
12.
Number 12, Braden
Andrew
Stallworth.
Busey's attempt.
That is not number 12 taking a shot.
As Crestview celebrates their 7th goal, let's take one last look at our sponsors of Armstrong Cable, Bodine Perry, Robert Fusco at Allstate Insurance, Packer Thomas, Albaco Foundry, Meyer Stores, Lally Pipe and Tube, and
With that
Facilo
goal, we are
Catering.
observing
Thank you
continuous
guys
clock.
for allowing us to do what we do.
Crestview up 7-2.
And as they restart, let's start talking about player of the game. Obviously, from Crestview, having 7 goals scored, who do we have? Nick Novak, who has, I think, 2 assists and a goal.
I don't know what's going on right now.
Well, I think she is getting to the athletic director to kick somebody out.
I think someone's going to get Das Boot out of the stands.
I believe Das biggest boot is getting kicked out of the stands, not being able to watch.
I will say, it looks like Russell, I will get back to what you're saying in a minute, but Russell, the goalkeeper's played a heck of a game back there. I think the song All By Myself from Celine Dion is probably going through his head right now, because he seems to be the only one out there still hustling, still giving full effort. And those past couple goals have really
We'll
shown.
reset our game clock to 12 minutes 54 seconds.
Strange times. It seems a couple games now we've been to. Trying to figure out what's going on. Is it like a timeout right now, or what's going on?
I believe they gave both teams a water break with 12:54 left on the clock, and I think they're giving one of the fans an early exit, or maybe a stern talking to.
Yeah. I mean, it is a crisp night of sub 70-degree weather, so they probably do need a water break. They somebody said they're not leaving.
Yeah, but the rule is referee has the authority to kick anybody out, paying customers and all.
Yeah.
And
Is he kicking everybody out, or are they kicking?
I believe
It appears everyone's
one
leaving.
person.
I see everyone getting up right now. That is the biggest Das Boot I've ever seen.
Woo! That's a new one. And the center referee has the ability to stop the game and not restart it until the offending fans are out. Now, we have heard some crazy things being said from the opposing side. Nothing in my book that would warrant it, but again, she is much closer. She probably heard something.
Right. Yeah, the champion fans have been pretty vocal in their displeasure on some of the calls that were being made, but as of right now, I didn't see anything wrong with that PK being called.
No, he was definitely obstructing him. Definitely was a straight foul. I mean, you name it. Well, I guess an obstruction there would be an indirect kick, but it was a tackle.
Yeah.
It was a get my body in the way so he can't score, and tripping him in the process as he goes by.
Now, as a player right now for champion, what's going through your mind? You're down. You have a little bit of life. It was 4-2. Right now you're looking at 7-2 with 13 minutes left in the game, and all of the fans, probably your mom or dad just got kicked out of the stands. There's not a whole lot to play right now. A whole lot of gumption.
Well, I guess for me it would be if I'm a senior,
Right.
I call my team together and we talk about let's play the rest of the game, try to play it as best as we possibly can. You're not going to affect the outcome of the game. It's a 5-goal difference with just under 13 minutes. I would talk to my people and say, let's just play smart, let's play well, let's get out of here with our dignity and our respect, because there's a shred of it left.
Yeah.
No, but you are right, Dan. It looks like the entire side of the stands has been vacated.
Yeah, think the referee, the AD, just said, "Thanks for coming."
Yeah. And I'm sure they're getting an explanation to the coach, and the coach is trying to do the right thing, but he's probably at a level of frustration right now too.
Right, absolutely. And the coach, Champions coach is put in a very hard situation. He's not happy with his team's hustle and performance today. So he's been on his team about that. He's had to see some questionable calls from his eyes. And he's probably listening to that ear beating those parents have been giving those players, probably the coaches themselves, and most likely the refs. They wouldn't leave. He had to try to plead with them to leave. So it's never a situation you want to be in.
I can honestly say I've never seen a fan kicked out, let alone the entire fan section.
I have seen fans kicked out. I've seen coaches kicked out.
Shut up.
A couple times. I've never
seen this.
Never seen this, and this is adding about 12 minutes to the game.
Yeah.
Are they going to make them get all the way out of the stadium?
I would have to imagine so.
It does look like
yes.
there's a couple parents that have came down onto the sideline. We could be here a while.
I think they have a food table over there.
Could be. I wonder if
don't let it near
Taco
me.
Bell in there or something like that.
Always got to eat that Taco Bell on the loss. But while we have this all, let's talk about player of the game. Now, it's easy to say the guy who scored 2 goals or the guy who scored 3, but right now there's multiple guys who have multiple goals. In your eyes, who are the top 2 that are kind of in your mind back and forth who's going to be?
It's one. To me, there's really no question on who gets it. It's Nick Novak. I think he's by far the best player on the field. Number 10, Wellerman, I believe, he started off the night scoring, right place, right time. He's kind of been like a goal poacher up top, but Novak, we've called him out playing defense. We've called him out playing midfield. He is hustled. He's got a couple assists on the night. He's an epitome of a senior captain out there. He's, like I said, he's hustling everything down. He hasn't given up on one play. A couple plays out there are strictly happening. A couple goals, I should say, are just from him not giving up on the play and he kept running it down. So,
well, that's not much of a discussion because I agree with you.
Okay.
I think barring anything extra special in the next 12 minutes and 54 seconds, we will be handing that shirt over to Nick Novak.
He seems to be dancing right now.
I'm going to say something here that probably won't get a lot of fans, but watching the fans from Champion leave in such a slow manner is just kind of mirroring what the team did on the field in a slow manner.
Yeah.
And it just, I think that the effort for Champion around the ball, on the ball, looking to, move off the ball to be that pass before you have to be in that position, those things were missing for them today. And I believe that if they had those things, if they had that little bit of intensity and effort, I think it would be a lot different on the scoreline.
Yeah, I cannot disagree with anything you just said right there. As an athletic director, like Crestview's did, what do you think the first thing he went up there to say? You're not going to believe this, but you guys
talk about being put in a tough situation. You got to go up to 1,400 people now, like 25 people, and say, hey, you got to get out.
Yeah.
You don't have to go home, but you got to get out of here.
Yeah, can you guys see your cars from here? Go find it.
Now,
it's been a nice night for soccer.
No, it's been a wonderful night. We've had a great production. Cameraman Chris has done an absolutely fantastic job. Besides me knocking my microphone out a couple times, I think we've done a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Little self-pat on the back here.
Did they give us a pat on the back?
No.
Hey?
They? Oh, yeah. They? Yeah, they would give a pat on the back. They are like that. Man, I have so many T-shirt ideas right now with Das Boot, Top Net, They.
Yeah.
Anyone want a T-shirt, you message us. We'll see about getting it made. All right, looks like the second halftime has commenced, 7-2.
It's always weird when your second halftime is longer than your first halftime.
Champion to kick off to get us back underway.
That's wild.
If you're champion, you're looking at that clock thinking, man, that thing is moving so slow. You just want to get out of here healthy. You want to get out of here with nobody getting a red card.
I
minimize
agree.
damage.
And it also, what that does is it takes the aggression away from both teams
to
where they don't want to bump into each other, cause a type of,
Crestview throw.
ruckus because it could be seen as something,
Yeah.
and the referee could be in a bad situation there. There's Will Welch on the ball, whose name was mentioned about 1,000 times on our Instagram last year. Looks like number 2. Is that Jaskala getting up?
Observation as well. Now that all the champion fans have been escorted out, it is whisper quiet right now.
Well, the announcers also seem to be befuddled with his words, which is fine. I did notice him enjoying some nachos earlier. They looked delicious. I was going to ask him about it.
Whose were they, though?
They?
Yeah, if they're not Joe's. That was a very poor attempt.
It took me a second.
Oh, that's you. That was a pity laugh you just gave me.
We're still laughing because we're joking. Okay, where was that first 45 minutes of the game?
Champions coach put a hat on? Or was that somebody else up there?
No,
in
he's.
traffic?
I'm sorry, he's over.
Champion throw.
What would be something is that if some miracle were to happen and they tie the game at 7-7 in the last 12 minutes.
I would tell the parents they're not welcome back.
Oh, if I'm the coach and they come back and tie this at least, we play with no parents for the rest of the season.
Only professional EPL games, UEFA games.
Champion
I've seen
throw.
where sidelines have done something wrong and they don't allow any fans in the stands. But
I've seen that, and COVID had
Yeah.
a couple of, and it was eerily quiet. But you hear a lot of the player chatter when you don't have the fans in there screaming their faces off.
yeah, the Crestview fans are trying to figure out what they're having for dinner tomorrow right now. Talking about plans for the weekend.
You're looking at the bugs up in the lights. Yeah, you start to wander off at this
Right.
point in the game.
And
But this game has been very, very exciting. 9 total goals. This has been, considering our last game was a 0-0 tie.
yeah,
Looking ahead at our schedule, we do have Ursuline going to Fitch Girls on Wednesday. That's going to be not homecoming, senior night for the Fitch Girls program. Old SVC rivals.
Offensive roller out the
you
end
say
line.
old. We were both a part of that.
Crestview, go.
I don't consider myself old, but maybe I am.
Just the key to not being old is to have an older person with you.
I was going to say, right now I'm not old compared to you.
Just don't be the oldest person in the room.
Yeah.
I think my stand-up comedy bit is coming to an end here. Ooh, he's on too. He's got speed. That's a great pass. That's a great save. Holy!
Russell's fighting off shots coming behind the goal. Behind the goal, in front of the goal. So it's like Forrest Gump in the rain.
Goal,
Right there.
Now here's one of those moments where I'm going to say something too.
Arms way,
Would you
way.
rather have all your bad things happen in one game and just have it look extra ugly, or span out between 5 games a couple
Goal
things that
flash
happen
defender
bad?
cleans it up.
You're hoping this is all the ugly that
I mean, if this is the game that is just an ugly game for you and you can get past it, that's the best case scenario for
Right.
Champion moving forward.
I completely agree.
Ooh. Is that Novak getting ahead on the ball? Is he still in the game?
I believe he is.
I have a feeling the 2 subs coming on might be taking him out. That sounded
To
like
where?
they were going to kill him.
Oh, I was thinking dinner. Yeah. See?
What the mind wants to think, the
Yeah.
mind will think.
The
right?
roundness made me think food.
Yeah. Have you had dinner today, Dan?
I have not.
Neither have I.
I want to go chase down the Champions fans, see what's in that cooler in that parking lot right now.
I think just seeing his body language, that was one of those shots where you're like, I don't really want to score. We're up by 5, some
Right.
bad things have happened. I just want the game to be over, but I'm here and I have to put an attempt on it.
I am surprised he's still in the game right now. The game's out of hand. There's no coming back here, unless a miracle happens. But I
onto the field
don't want to risk an injury, anything like that.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Timmy Ballot.
So he looked a little bit there, just because you want to show your coach you're still working hard at the end of the game, even though you're down. He's got to get a touch there and redirect it. That was an impressive turn from the outside defender. Outside defenders don't get a lot of love.
No.
They don't get on the stat sheet. Whenever you think of a good defense, you think of the goalie and the center defender.
I will say the outside backs nowadays, it's almost thought of as more of an attacking presence out there because just about everybody plays a 4-3-3, which requires your outside backs to push up and support the attack. Back in the day, your outside backs were they defended the outside space. They didn't really push up too much. So
I'm a fan of the 4-4-2 myself and having the outside back on the opposite side running up.
that just shows your age.
Okay. All right.
No, it's funny growing up. It's funny. Sorry about that. It's funny how formations come in and out of style. The tail end, the beginning of my career was a 4-4-2, then it kind of switched to a 3-5-2 back.
Not the 4-4-1 you were talking about?
No, not the 4-4-1, no. That's
I mean, if you want to, just play a man down, see what happens. Roll the dice a little.
Yeah. But now, a
Ooh,
lot of programs are playing on that 4-3-3 out there. Okay.
No, I think he just.
Yeah.
I think they have a no goal scoring thing. That's maybe what they said at that second halftime.
That's something as well. We'll talk about that. When you get to a certain point as a coach, you don't really want your team to score. Is it more demoralizing on the other end to have the team just keep putting the ball in the back of the net, or just to blatantly not score?
Now, I've been thinking about that because I help out with my son's travel team, and they've been blessed with some very good players, and we've been in that position a few times this season already. Oh, here we go. That's a goal.
Goal champion.
Oh, in the champions cheering section over there.
I actually think that was Crestview people walking out of the school.
That could very well be. There's a lot of crazy going on tonight.
Let's
get this 5 minutes and 30 seconds out of the way.
That was a very impressive shot, impressive run right there, and Preston made that look easy.
Yeah.
Champion closes to 7-3.
But at what point do you stop scoring?
Right.
What's unacceptable? Is it 8-0? Is it 10-0? It's definitely not 25-0. But eventually you got to stop. And I do think it's more. Is that a bat that just flew out in front? Sorry.
Squirrel.
Shiny object. But eventually, yes, you have to stop. But it is a little more demoralizing. But then when you look at the history books and you see a score of 17-0, that will last forever.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have it be demoralizing on that day.
I personally feel anything more than 10 is a bit ridiculous.
Yeah. If you get in the double digits ahead of your opponent, you are not just dominating, you are in a different league.
I guess the only caveat is the same player. Do you have players scoring 5 goals, or are you trying to let people who have not scored a goal try to score goals? If you're trying to let everybody get in on it, I have a little more sympathy for what you're doing. But if you're trying to just pad stats.
Yeah, well, I've seen that a couple times. You look at the Ohio State record books, and you see a team that won 14-0, and one player had 11 goals or 9 goals, and you're like, well, why are they in at 14-0? Even if they scored the first 9, why are they in?
Right.
Rebels send it out the side.
That sound brought to you by a Chevy Corvette.
Is it?
Yep.
How do you like that? Oh, yeah.
Champion
Silver one.
throw again.
Still battling, still staying strong. That's a nice move. It's good foot skills. 2 players on it. Take a shot. Nicely done.
Zach Woolman puts the ball to the left wing, right wing rather. Lucas Schmucker sends an attempt.
Now, if I'm Champions coach on the ride home, because you want to get your team, this game's out of hand. You want to get your team in the right frame of mind going into your next game, because you know you're better than what you showed today. I know Champions better than what they showed today. I'm just telling the team, forget what just happened.
Yeah.
I would say, don't even think about it. We're looking forward. We're not going to talk anything more about this game.
Yeah, this is the one at film study. You grab your VO camera and you delete.
Yes.
Immediately.
Everyone knows what happened. The quicker you can get this away from your memory. move on, the better it's going to be. So I really expect Champion to bounce
Rebels.
back from this game.
Bring on number 4.
As long as I have a goal scorer like Lefkowitz,
Senior
they're always
Adam
going to be in a
Sneddon
game.
takes the field.
I will say, as a coach too, I would have taken Nick Novak out at that second halftime. The chances of standing around, pulling a hamstring, nothing good is going to come out of being in the game.
Right.
But he knows his players better than we do. He knows what he's capable of and how he can avoid some contact. So,
Rebels last
And if you're wondering what
sets up a corner
Tim's
kick
talking
with
about there,
2 minutes remaining.
he said second halftime, and he's not wrong.
yeah, that'd be kind of wild for someone just tuning in to
Yeah.
hear that.
Yeah.
And we, if you haven't noticed, it's a little bit quieter. The entire champion stands have been emptied. And as we wind down, I guess one last time, we'll mention our sponsors who we're very thankful for. And anyone who would like to be a sponsor for the rest of the season or up next year, we do have Game of the Weeks available. We do have some sponsors for our All-Star game. We're looking at a college ID camp next year, so email us. There's buttons on our website that you can donate straight from there. We'd appreciate that because we have Armstrong Cable, Bodine Perry, Robert Fusco at Allstate Insurance, Packard Thomas, Abaco Foundry, Meyer Stores, Lally Pipe and Tube, and Facilo Catering that have already donated their money and time to us, and we definitely appreciate them. Thank you so much to those fine organizations. Just under a minute left. Are they going to give it one last boot? And he kind of does.
That's not a microcosm of how the game went right there.
Yeah.
That was a good defensive play, though, by Crestview's defender.
Ooh, it looked like it opened up. A little inside-out shot. Could have made it.
Zach Woolman ends the run.
If I'm
with
champion
a
here, I'm just
shot
taking my
wide left.
time.
Oh, God, that ball wouldn't...
Champion goal
Never
kick.
mind.
Yep.
I guess we'll never know.
10,
As
9,
they say.
8, 7, 6,
All right.
5,
As we finish
4,
up here
3,
at Crestview
2,
High School, it's Crestview
1,
7,
0.
Champion 3,
that
fans
is your
0 on the champion side.
Your final score.
Fantastic game
Crestview
going
Rebels
forward.
7,
Lots of excitement. 10
Champion
goals
Golden
total.
Flashes 3. We appreciate
Anything else, Dan, that I'm
everyone who
missing?
attended
Yeah, I
this
think we got
evening.
it all.
We hope you all
All
have
right,
a
so thank you so
safe
much for
ride
watching.
home. Thank you.
We'll see you again Wednesday.